All right, let's dive right into this Direware Solo MC. So it's a modified classic. And we'll talk about the differences a little bit as we go through. This was loaned in from Knife Life, a viewer on Instagram. I think he has his own, he has his own YouTube channel. I'll try to link it down below. This is brand new. He's carried it a few times. He's out on vacation right now. And so he said I could borrow it while he was out. And so he shipped it to me. He asked me not to cut anything with it because it still has not cut anything, which is fine. I don't generally on guest blades, loaner blades, I don't generally go and do a lot of cutting, or I generally don't even carry them outside of the house. You know, I carry them around the house, understand how they feel in the pocket, things like that. But I generally don't go out and carry or use them, with a few exceptions. If some of my viewers do they're like, dude, just use it. I don't care, whatever, you know, then sure, I will try to carry them here and there. So Direware, man, I owned a Solo V3, V2. I don't remember now. I'd have to go back and look at my own video because it's been a while since I've sold that. Mine had a titanium scale on the lock bar and a carbon fiber on the front. I preferred the blade on mine better than this one. This one is a very sharp Tonto blade. Mine was a recurve here and then kind of a swooping curve around the tip here, which to me, I just liked it better. Not that I don't like this. So, but these are big overbuilt, kind of back from when overbuilt was really a thing. And, you know, we had the Medfords built some big overbuilt stuff. Reese Whelan was getting into that. Like, there was a bunch of them. Miller Brothers, Todd Heater, I think you could call in the overbuilt category. You know, that was back in the day. And Direware was really big back then, busting out the Solos, which was their big overbuilt beefy knife. So let's talk about the specs. Speaking of beefy, this thing weighs in at 10.8 ounces. However, for me, that alone isn't really a determining factor. Or should I say a deterring factor. I recently carried this for 101 days. You can go check out that video. And this King Battle weighs in at 11.2 ounces, just for a little perspective. I had to grab it from the other table because I forgot to grab it before I hit record. Okay, so anyway, 5 1/8 closed, 8.5 overall. Now, what's a little bit not odd, but deceiving about these knives is the blade is rather short for the size of the handle. It almost looks, and this one even more so, because it's got the big black handle and the shiny blade. It's only 3.5 inches, 3.56 actually, and a really great size handle. The handles just feel like they were made for my hand. And I wear I can't even say what size glove because it's different on every glove I put on. Sometimes it's a medium, sometimes it's a large, sometimes it's an extra large. So I don't know that glove size is really a good measurement, a good comparison, because it really depends on the type of glove. And I'm not talking about the rubber type gloves that I wear when I work on the car or anything, but like leather gloves. Is it a mechanics wear glove? Is it a leather work glove? Is it a padded and insulated work glove? Like, is it a fancy leather driving glove? Or those weighted gloves for, you know, doing things? Okay, let's stop talking about gloves. All right, so 3.5 inch blade. Behind the edge, up here at the front, you have 0.025, and down here, you have a 0.015. So it is compound grind. They are both hollow grinds. I really like that it gives you options. One of the greatest things about a Tonto blade, which is one of my favorite blade shapes, is this point here. It's really great for piercing that Amazon package or the DHL package that I have sitting over here to the left of me that I'm going to film after I film this one for an unboxing. Like, it really gives you a lot of piercing strength there to rip open whatever it is that you're trying to rip open. You got 20 CV blade steel on this guy. Runs on bearings. The overall thickness without the clip is 0.784. And with the clip, just for shits and giggles, is 0.96. So these are big and beefy. They do take up a bit of room in your pocket. Okay. You're not going to want to wear this with basketball shorts. The pocket clip works amazingly well. There's a lot of spring to it. So it goes into the pocket and out of the pocket really easily. Okay, as I said, this is the modified classic. A couple of the options or differences are the shape of the blade and the fact that it has only 4 barrel spacers. Earlier models had 5, and he's up to now version 6, which has just 2 barrel spacers. So they're still all very clean, classic looking Direware, just with some subtle modifications. One thing I do like on this model is the see-through pivot. That's not something you see very often. I know mine did not have that, unless I'm totally mistaken. But yeah, the finish on this thing is great. My blade was a little more bead blasted, so it was not quite as shiny, which I did prefer as well. Personal preferences. Really nice milling here on the scales. Just overall, a really good job. And Direware is really a brand that I like. And I filmed a lot of them. And I have a Direware playlist that I'll link up here in the corner that you can maybe go check out if you are so inclined. Which is a good question if you've made it this far. Does anybody actually go click on the videos I put in the corners ever? Inquiring minds want to know. Asking for a friend, so to speak. Just curious. Here it is with a Sharpie. Here it is with another custom, the RJ Martin Q36 SS for Super Slim. Just an awesome, awesome knife. I'm so grateful that I was able to make a trade plus cash for this knife a couple of years back. So awesome. Love that one so much. And then, because I can't get enough of it, here's the King Battle. Yeah, please go check out my 101 day video on this guy. Actually, that video launched this morning that I'm filming of this. I'm filming this on April 12th, Friday. One thing on this knife that I will point out is there is a little bit of detent lash. What I mean by that is, okay, it's all closed up right now. And when you go to open it, you may be able to tell right here at the tip, there's a little bit of play because I'm guessing the detent hole in the blade is bigger than the detent ball. Okay. It does happen. It's not the end of the world. This is very little amount of play. However, depending on how you're holding the knife, you can feel that kind of that play in the flipper tab. So if it's ending like this, the weight is pushing the blade down. And when you hit the flipper tab, there's a little bit of a ramp up before it fires. If you're holding it down, then the blade, obviously gravity is holding it down. You don't feel it. But it is something to me that's annoying and noticeable. But again, not the end of the world. So just wanted to point that out. That is not a universal issue with Direware. It's just something that happened on this one. I've had it happen on other knives. I think my Todd Fisher Senior Archangel has a little bit of detent lash as well. Todd Todd has worked on it, and it's as good as it can be without rebuilding the entire knife and a new blade. So I live with that. It's to me, it's not a problem. Just want to point out that that's the kind of thing you get with handmade custom knives. So just to be aware, once you get into that realm and you start to buy handmade custom stuff, there may be slight imperfections and or variations from this model to if you had bought a different Direware Solo MC, may be slightly different because they're all custom made. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Check out one of the videos in the corners. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you made it this far, click comment down below playlist, just because that's what's in the corner.